worshipping the why, not the who. So this is very important. As a child, do we understand everything? Does your child understand when you were taking them for vaccination, why do they need to get vaccination? Why do they need to be put in a child seat in the car? Right? And so on and so forth. Like, do we have to understand and know the detailed reasoning of everything? Do we have to be convinced? Why do we have to pray 5 times a day? Why do we have to face Makkah? Why do we have to pray in those specific time? Why do we have to give a certain percentage in zakat? Right? So this is, if you know this thing, and if you're only going to be doing that if you're intellectually convinced, then are you worshiping the why or the who? Right? When Adam alayhi salam was told not to go near that plant, that tree, there was no why that was given. Right? Allah has made everything permissible for you, but this tree. Right? And Shaitan took the route of, why do I have to bow down to or prostrate to Adam? Right? He wanted a convincing argument. It wasn't about who is saying that, Allah is saying that. Right? Where does the trust come in? Where does submission come in? The trust and submissions are shown when you don't know, but you trust that there's a greater good that will happen. Yes, we know the general maqasid, the general goals of the Sharia of protecting the deen, the life, the intellect, the wealth, and the lineage. But what exactly one thing would do is something that we submit to Allah, we trust Allah, and we obey Allah because of who is telling us, not because we are intellectually convinced. Not to mention that you can easily be manipulated and intellectually convinced for something that is not true. Now, at the same time, it does not mean that Allah does not have a wisdom behind each and every regulation, each and every rule of Allah. Absolutely, there's a wisdom, right? Can we observe that? Can we experience that? Can we reach that level of knowledge? No. We may get some of it, but we will not get it in its entirety. Right? And as we build more and more relationship and trust with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we observe and we realize the benefits and the long-term impact of the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, this is not to mean that as Muslims we abandon reasoning. Right? Islam is a balanced way. So at the same time, we don't want to just be chasing the reason why. And at the same time, we are encouraged to innovate and to research into the laws that Allah has put in this world to improve and innovate in transportation, in computations, in accounting, and so on and so forth. And we did that, and we saw that happening right from the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to his companions, to the Khulafa Rashidin, and so on and so forth. And absolutely we are encouraged to use reasoning when weighing which of the two evils are worse, and to leave that, and which of the two goods are better. So reasoning and comprehension is definitely a part of the deen and something encouraged.